Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, instructor for Computer Information Systems at Ozarka College. Today what I'm going to do is give you some feedback on the Module 2 activities that I finished grading yesterday. And then I'm going to tell you what we've got coming up due next week for Module 3. Alright, so the first thing is, like I said, I did finish grading the Module 2 activities yesterday. They were due over the weekend, and so I finished those up yesterday morning, actually. So if you haven't already looked at your grades for those activities and read the grading comments, go ahead and do that as soon as you can, and let me know if you have any questions at all. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Most of you did well on the Module 2 activities. Overall, I was very pleased. It's obvious that most of you are putting the time and effort in that's required to be successful on those activities, so I really appreciate that, so keep up the good work. Most of you did well on the Module 2 assignment, and so keep up the good work on that. The Module 2 discussion that we had that dealt with the use of fake names on social media sites, I thought that went very well. It was very interesting to see everyone's viewpoints on that, and some of the cases and examples of when fake names should be allowed and when they maybe shouldn't be allowed, and so forth. And I thought it was really fun and interesting to have that discussion. Hopefully you feel the same way. But like I said, I really enjoyed reading everyone's comments, and I really appreciate the participation on that. So keep up the good work on the discussions as well. On the Module 2 objective test, most of you did well on that. Just as a reminder, I know I always remind you of this, but you can take those objective tests or chapter tests as many times as you want to up until the due date. So if you don't do well the first time, go ahead and take it again. Keep taking it until you achieve a score that you're happy with. And just remember that the highest grade on each module test is recorded. So only your highest grade on each one of those will be recorded. So there's really no drawback at all to taking the test as many times as you want to. Okay? Alright. Module 3 is what we've got coming up due next week. So let's go to the activities page in my Ozarka. Right now we're on the kind of the beginning portion of week 4 of the semester. And of course we just had work due Sunday night, so we don't have anything else due this week. But our next set of activities for Module 3 are due the following week, or basically next week, which is Wednesday, February 19th, is when all of those are due. So you have the Module 3 assignment, the Module 3 test, and the Module 3 discussion, all due by Wednesday of next week, which is February 19th. Okay? Now, let me kind of very quickly go over with you some of the main topics that you'll be learning about in Module 3. Module 3 deals with computer hardware, okay, which is very important to learn about in a computer concepts class, because we need to make sure that we know all the terminology so that when it's discussed later on in later chapters, we know what those terms mean, okay? So, first thing you're going to learn about in the module is all the major components of computer hardware, which are things like the CPU and RAM, virtual memory, storage, some of the things that you would need to know about when you go out and actually, when you're actively searching for a computer or other computer device like a mobile device. Those are all hardware items that you would want to look at, what the capabilities are of each of the devices that you're looking at as a possible purchase. Okay. After that, then it's going to go into the main features of computer hardware. Some of the things that you'll need to be aware of as far as features that you want to look at, and make sure that those features are part of the computer hardware that you're considering buying. All right. Then it will also talk about some of the types of computers and mobile devices, like desktops and all-in-ones and various mobile devices, notebook computers, things like that. So it'll kind of discuss each one of those kind of main categories of computers and mobile devices. After that, it will discuss some of the main input and output devices, like, for example, input keyboard, mouse, scanner, things like that. And then on the output side, the display device or monitor and various types of printers and so forth. All right. Then it will also discuss how to install and evaluate the performance of hardware, and also the security of hardware will be discussed, how to keep your hardware secure, and in that same section it will talk about cloud-based storage as a way to kind of back up the important files for your computing device or your computer or mobile device. And then it also discusses network hardware devices, some of the things that you need to be able to connect to the internet, for example, or share files online. And then towards the end of the module, it will discuss the components inside the case or the system unit, and like the motherboard and all the things that are connected to the motherboard and so forth. And then finally, at the very end of the chapter, it will discuss how to protect yourself when using hardware devices. There are some health concerns with using hardware devices that it will kind of discuss at the end of that module. All right, so there's a lot there in Module 3. So go ahead and, if you haven't already done so, get started on the Module 3 activities. Even though they're not due till next week, it would be a good idea to go ahead and get started on them now. And that way, if you run into any kind of issues, you'll be able to ask me how to solve those issues before those activities are due. And I don't mind at all helping you. So if you run into an issue as you're working on the Module 3 activities, send me a course mail, and I will be as specific as you can with your questions, but I'll be glad to get you an answer to those questions that you have. All right. So again, Module 3 activities due by Wednesday, February 19th. Remember all the resources that you have available on the assignment page. You've got the PowerPoint slides that I've linked for you. You've got the videos at the bottom of the assignment page that discuss the concepts that are covered on the assignment. And then, of course, you also have your textbook to use as a reference. Okay? So make sure you're using all those resources. Make sure also that you're using your own words when you're completing the assignments and the discussions. Okay? And that's really all I have for you for today. So enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. And I will probably talk to you again sometime later next week. Thank you.